So welcome to the Core View Way, and let's do a little time on the mat. Find that most comfortable seated position that makes you be able to sink in and be present on your mat. And before we get started with the practice, I would like to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart to the top of my head joining me over these last several weeks with holiday yoga, working towards having us feel more comfortable in our skin as the year comes to a close. As you can see, I'm in my basement in Peoria today, and there are boxes all around me. And with the strategy of easily moving without too much extra stress, I think it's probably wise for me to discontinue more live presentations between now and the end of the year. So thank you for viewing these yoga sessions to this point. Keep an eye on your email inbox for the periodic pop-up video that may be coming your way, to wish you a happy new year and onward into 2022. But for now, today, let's go ahead and get started, all right? Let's take the back of our hands and lightly lay them on the inside of the fleshy part of your knee. And then draw the breath upward through your pelvic hammock. Lift up through the lower back, creating a nice, strong staff. And if you are like me, you may have noticed your knees lift just a touch. Go ahead and see if you can bring some softness to them. Then lightly close our eyes and find your regular breath. Allowing yourself to just sink into this moment. Be aware of the air around you. Be aware of the sounds that come to life in your ears in the room that you find yourself. Sounds you may not have noticed before. Allowing yourself in that awareness then to soften all the features on the face. Relax the ears, the eyes, the teeth, the tongue, the jaw. And feel the softness that's able to come within your face. As you choose, begin to lengthen your breath into that nice structure of a deep 3-part breath, 4, 5, 7, whatever makes your breath fill you up with anticipation for the time on the mat. And that equally allows you the exhale for this time on the mat to release and let go. You see, my friend, we're here in this moment to be within ourselves. Letting go of the mind, whatever has happened before and what will come later has no bearing on your practice now. And as you draw yourself inward to that feeling, that presence of you. Sitting on your mat, letting go. Perhaps the back of your hands begin to slide down the inside of your thigh. And the elbows come softer into the side body. Continuing to follow the breath, see if we can relax the inside of the knees and the thighs. See if we can spread those hips wide and lengthen the spine all the way up through the base of the neck and through the crown of the head. Sitting regal, tall, present in our health, present in our strength, present in our beauty.
I can't get the audio.
Let everything else go. Yeah. Allow the presence to come in and release any little pocket of tension. With our eyes closed, let's softly lay our chin down towards our chest. And lift our palms up and intertwine the fingers and draw the palms to the base of the neck. Let the thumbs run down the back of the neck, and no tug, no pull. Just let the weight of the shoulders on your exhale. Draw the head forward and down. Strong spine, belly in. Sitting straight up. And let the breath flow out the top of the head. And with each exhale, let the elbows be a little heavier. And gently, gently, my friends, lengthen the back of the neck. Following your breath, in even and out even. Relaxing the skin around the eyes again. One or two more breaths. On your next exhale, lift the arms back up overhead and tilt forward. Dive forward, hinging softly at the waist. Lightly come down on cupcake fingers, okay? Let the ears rest between the upper biceps and drop the shoulders down then just a little bit. Stretch the outside of the shoulder well. Travel into that belly button, lift it up and plug it in the base of your spine as we tiptoe our fingers forward. Take a breath so full, it really leans the wrists forward, lengthening those arms, keeping the sit bones on the floor. Really full inhales, friends, and exhales. Ride that breath so that we're opening the hip sockets, the entirety of the back. And then if you choose, either lean the fingers, the knuckles forward, or plant the hands down. And then let the head hang down in between so the crown of the head is pointed down to the floor. Lift the belly up again, okay? Because it may have let go just a little bit. Fill the underbody, that concave space, and as you exhale, lay that lengthened spine even closer to the mat. And really long, 4 in, 4 out maybe, or 5 in, 5 out. You choose, find the length in your breath. And then come back up on tiptoe, on the tips of your fingertips, and just walk over to the right knee. Arms are lengthened. Level the shoulders. You might want to drop that left shoulder a little bit. And then press down and away with that left hip. And again, if you like to take the palms down to the mat, by all means do. It does not matter how far around you lengthen. Just really allow the back of that left shoulder, left hip, really open that side body. And then go ahead and relax, if you're able, your right elbow down to the floor. Let all energy go out of that so the stretch is all down your left side. Then as you choose, go ahead and walk back to the center. Walk those fingertips away from the body. Lengthen the spine again. Take at least one breath here. See if you can take the head down closer. And then as you are ready, come back up on fingertips and walk over to your left thigh. So you're trying to lay the upper body down close to that left thigh. Tiptoe the left fingers away without lifting your left hip off the floor, okay? If you want the palm to come down to give a little bit more length, go ahead. And then as you're ready, relax your left shoulder. I think I said that backwards, but you guys know what I mean. Sometimes I'm so focused on what I'm doing, I get myself back. Oh yeah, really breathe through the length of that side body of your right side body. Go, 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 let it go. And then come on back to center. One more breath. Inhale, belly up. Exhale, see if you can take the forehead closer to the mat. And then on an inhale, lift yourself all the way up center. Nice. And rotate to your left. Hang out here for a couple of breaths, guys. Relax down your left shoulder and right shoulder. Lengthen up through the top of the head. See if you can take those eyeballs around the back of your head. Yeah. On an inhale, sweep everything back up center and rotate around to the right. And again, take note. Where did you find any kind of little tension pocket in the neck or in the lower back? Great. Inhale those arms back up, and we're going to close the pose. Let's go ahead and take the soles of our feet together. Taking the thumbs right below the balls of our feet, okay? I want you to take that belly button in and stretch your knees out as wide as they're available. Depending on your body parts, if this is too tough on bent knees, then go ahead and just extend your legs out and hinge that direction, okay? So we're going to breathe our way up. So arms are lengthened. I'd like you to have the face of your elbows forward today. Press the feet together so you feel some muscles get activated on the inside of the thighs. See if you can open those knees even wider, open those hip sockets. Take the belly button into the lower back, and on an exhale, hinge forward. So you can see my elbows today are coming right back towards my gut, and I'm going to look right down towards my toes. This is today, I want my elbows to come back because I'm continually working on the base of my neck in this particular style. And I want to be able to lean really out of that lower back, knees wide, belly up, leaning out over it. And with the elbows back, I want you to draw them back towards those hip creases, okay? So if legs are extended, you're still doing the same thing. Your legs are just wide. And breathe. Breathe so deep and so fluidly, but lighten the load in those hands. So we're stretching, stretching, stretching the inside of those hip flexors. Yeah. With feet still pressing together, I'd like you to shore up that belly and hands together in prayer and just rotate over to your right knee. Lay those prayer hands down on the inside of your knee. Lightly press down and give yourself a bow. Now, as you bow towards those hands, if your left knee starts to lift, I want you to really work to activate it to be open. Core is so locked in. Nice long breaths. Then softly bring yourself back to center. Take the thumbs back underneath the balls of your feet and bow forward, lengthening the spine away from the lower back. Following that breath, relax any tensions, and then hands in prayer and come over to your left side. Just lay them right on the inside of that knee. Press down, belly's locked. Yeah, really stretch that opening. Good job. Bringing yourselves back to center, dive those hands up to the sky. Go ahead and close the knees. Find our way onto our nice stable table, hands spread apart, belly nice and lifted, right? Hips right over those knees, and find your cat and cow. I personally, for whatever reason, always start in cow before I go to cat, but if you want to start with cat and go into cow, that's the way you should do it. This is your practice, not mine. But what I would like you to do is focus on your toes. Press the tops of those toes into the mat. Press each of the finger pads and hand pads into the mat. Give your spine the luxury, that freedom of movement. And you choose this morning. Is it a long breath? Is it a short breath? What feels good to waking up your spine? Wherever you're at, even it out so that you do one full complete cycle, and then we'll all meet back in stable table. So I want you to press down through those fingers and palm pads, press down on the tops of your feet, and then lift up the right foot and extend the heel long. Take the ball down to the foot and lean into that heel, stretch the back. Now, as you're pressing down on the hands, press forward so your arms are locked in, gang. And simply take 3 long inhales and exhales. Core stays firm, hips stay level, heel is pressing down and away, opening the back of that heel, or back of the calf. When you're finished with that, bring the knee back under the body and drop into your cow-cat series for 3 times. Maybe now you're able to lengthen the vertebrae just a touch more. Returning to that neutral position, we're going to lift the left leg long. Lay the ball of the foot down and again, press down and forward. Heel back, 3 breaths. Keeping the top of your rooted right foot really pressed in. Let that left calf just open up. Nice. Come on back to center. Press down through the arms, down through the legs, and take a C curve to the left. Gazing over the left shoulder. See how far around your back body you can see. Can you find your heel? On an inhale, come on back to center and take a C curve to the right. Notice any differences in movement from side to side. Awesome. Coming back to center, gang, we're going to lift that left leg up. Knee is hip height. Take a glance under the body. Really press down on the top of your left foot, lifting up the core, okay? Now I want you to lift the heel to the sky and draw it under the body to your nose. Inhale up, 1 breath, 1 movement. Exhale down under the body. Inhale up. Really squeeze the glute. Exhale under the body. 2 more. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Lift, 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 lift. Exhale under the body. 1 last time. Inhale up. And exhale back down. Great. Lay that knee down and lift the left. First, really anchor in that right leg. Right heel is right behind the knee. Inhale up. Squeeze the glute, exhale under the body. You know the drill. Inhale, lift as high as you can. Heel stays flexed. One breath, 1 movement. There you go. Let's do 1 more. Laying that knee back down. Let's take the big toes together and let the knees go out to wide. Find a wide knee, child's pose. Forehead to the mat. Take a breath, open and close the hands. Roll our forehead from side to side. Keep it slow and mellow. Find stillness, my friends.
Lift the elbows and let them go out wide. So they're now off the edge of the mat. And I want you to just rock your hips back and forth a little bit. And then find stillness and let the belly hang low and let everything go. All right, let's go ahead and walk the elbows back under the shoulders, come back up on the palms of our hands, return to our nice stable table. And step our right foot to the outside of our right hand, pressing down with the top of the left foot, rotate, open that right arm, really shoot it up. See if you can stack the shoulders, all right? Bringing out that internal washcloth of ours, right knee right over our right ankle, press down on that foot. Draw the right hip back just a touch, keeping those hips right level, okay? Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. If you want to open up that side body a little more, take the open palm of your hand right out of the sacrum bone and draw that right shoulder back. Gazing upward. Pressing down firmly through your left hand. On an inhale, we're going to take the arm back to the sky, replace it under our knee, and we're going to take that right knee back down. Take a nice long breath here. Really press through the hands, tops of the feet. Exhale, get everything stable. Your coffee cup could fit on your hips. And then step the left foot to the outside of the left hand as we rotate open on the left side. So we've got a string or a ribbon in this left hand, and yes, it would just unfurl right down to our right hand, shoot up through that middle finger. See if you can get just a little bit more. This is so good for reaching the second shelf in your kitchen, or at least if you're as tall as I am. Taking that open palm, if you tried it on the other side, place that open palm right against the top of the sacrum bone. And really rotate open. Keeping the belly button locked in. Remember, this is all about using those muscles. It's not just twisting, it's feel the internal rotation. Yeah. Left knees over left ankle, toes are pressing. Smiles on our face. Lifting that left arm back up to the sky. We're going to take it back under the shoulder, take the knee down. Let's do 3 cows and cats. One last time. All right. Taking that giant paw print to the top of our mat, thumbs are looking at each other. Breathing our shoulders over those palms. I want you to lower yourself down to the mat softly. Pressing the tops of your feet in so the kneecaps lift. Go ahead and take the elbows down and away as you scoop up the upper body, that chest plate. This is baby Cobra. So you can see I'm lifting my hands. There's no effort in my hands. It's about strengthening the back body. And then go ahead and release yourself back down to the mat. Plug those feet into the top of the mat again and scoop the heart center up. Drive the elbows down along the rib body. Neck stays neutral, glancing down your nose. Take some breaths. Feel your lower belly blow up into the mat. And as you release, maybe it makes some more space for a little bit more curvature. Lay the open fingers down, friends. Roll the toes under, find a plank, and find the plank that works for you. And what I'd like you to do today is roll those hips back and forth. Shake up that lower body. And then as you're ready, draw yourself up into a down dog. Oh, yeah. Bending the knees a lot. Press down and forward through thumb and index finger. Take the hips back. Feel the spine nice and long. Ears are framed by the biceps. Take a couple more breaths. Really press down and forward. Yeah. Then breathe back into that plank. Lower yourself softly back down to the mat. Find your Cobra. And exhale back down. Inhale, scoop on up. And exhale back down. Roll the toes under. Find your plank. Let's go ahead and take our big toes together, okay? And roll the heels to the right. Maybe just take your hand onto your hip, or maybe go ahead and take it on up. Your choice, your version of a side plank. Remember, you can always take your knee down, the bottom knee down, and find your side plank this way. You get to choose. Hand back to the mat, find the plank, find your dog. Oh yeah, go ahead and again, bend the knees so they almost touch the mat. Lengthen the spine, lift those hips, belly's locked. Find your breath. Breathe on back into your plank and roll the heels to the left. Find your side plank on this side. Very good. Take the hand back to the mat, square up your plank, and find your down dog. Soften the knees, and let's walk our hands back to greet our feet. Laying our upper body right on top of those thighs, elbows in each hand, sink the hips. Now lift the toes and draw the hips back to take the knees over the ankles. And breathe all through your entire back body. Nice. Releasing the hands, lifting the hips. Softly press through your feet and see how slowly you can bring yourself to a standing position. Visualize each vertebrae as they get into place, your own building block. Yeah. There's never a rush. The slower you can do that up, the better. Roll the shoulders over the back and let the shoulder blades slide down. Lift the arms up overhead. Taking the left hand, take it around your right wrist and lean over to the left. Your right palm is looking forward. Yeah, just take a couple of breaths here, gang. No pulling, just let the weight of your body just lean over that left hip. On an inhale, bring yourself back to standing. Reach high, palms facing one another, chin on the horizon. And once you've gotten as long as you can, take the right index finger and thumb around the left wrist, left palm facing forward, and tilt over to the right. Oh, doesn't that feel delightful? And if you want, you can take your gaze down into your open armpit, but relax that left arm. Hips stay over our ankles. Yep. Inhale back up center. Palms face one another again. Shoot those index fingers and middle finger to the sky. Swan dive, forward fold. Lift in a monkey, halfway, flat back. Exhale into fold. Walk on out into your plank. Press up into down dog. And let's take that right leg to the sky. Really take that toe as high as it will go. Reach, 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 reach. Check in, kids, with your shoulders. Is the right shoulder in front because the right leg is lifted? Let's see if we can level them out, okay? Then flex the right foot, press down with the left heel. Bend the right knee and draw it to your bottom and rotate open. Really take that knee and hip to the sky. Yeah. Then point the toe, lift it to the sky again. Bring it softly under the body. Look forward, step forward. Find a nice high lunge, but then scoot that foot back and lay the knee down. Plant both hands on the inside of your right foot. Press the right knee into your shoulder and lean forward. Heel up or toes down. Let it all go. One little check-in is that big toe on your right foot. Press down on it. Press that knee in. See if you can open the left hip flexor just a little bit more. I know you wonder, why do yoga leaders always say just a little bit more? All right, strong arms. First, roll the toes back under if you had them down with the left foot. Frame the right foot, step back into your plank. Lower yourself to the mat. A little Cobra action. And exhale down. Press strongly through those feet. Scoop up, another Cobra. And exhale back down. Press through those open palms. Find your plank. Roll to the right. Find a side plank. Yeah. This time, if you want to challenge yourself, go ahead and lift that leg, your top leg. Be dangerous if you tried the bottom leg. Hand back to the mat. Roll to the left. And if you lifted before, go ahead and lift again. Go lower everything down. Come on back up into down dog. Lifting that left leg to the sky. Yeah, flexing the left heel. Pressing the right heel down. Gaze under the left arm. Here we are again. Feel the blood rush into your head. So healthy. Pointing that left toe, level the hips. Take the gaze to the top of the mat and softly step forward. But wiggle that right leg back down. Plant the right heel. Bring both hands on the inside of your left foot. And I want you to lean forward. Really pressing into the top of your foot, your right foot, and your left big toe. Find that hip flexor opening. All right, let's lift the heel, roll up on the toes, lifting the right leg, stepping back one last time, finding your plank, lowering yourself to the mat, planting those feet. This time, I want you to take your forehead to the mat. I want you to take your arms down by your side, roll the shoulders onto your back, okay? Lift the arms so they're hip height. And now lift the chest off the floor. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Really press down on the top of your feet. Lower back's protected. Slide that middle finger of each hand towards the wall behind you. And see if you can use the breath to lift your heart and your spine, your upper spine off the mat a little more. Nice. One more breath. And as you exhale, bring it all to the mat. Hands under shoulders. Press on back into your version of a child's pose. Whatever would bring you some nice comfort. Again, you can take that child's pose and put a little movement into it. Hands can be down by your side, shoulders sliding off your back. When you do that, I think foot love is nice on the bottoms of your feet. Wherever you find yourself is where you should be. Take one more relaxing breath and just let everything go. Great. Hands under the shoulders, pressing yourself first up into hero, and then go ahead and find yourself in that pencil position, okay? So we're right over our knees. Now, glance back at your feet if you would. Many of us have this tendency that though our hips are over our knees, we've taken our big toes together. What I'd like you to do is you're really making a nice frame. So see if you can take the heel right behind the knee and open those. And now press down with the tops of your feet. See if that opens the ankles a little bit more. Now, Spread the toes wide. So right, they're upside down. I want you to really, really press the tops of those toes into the mat. Feel your firm anchor. Now come to your pelvic hammock. As you press down with those toes, I want you to clinch up, cinch up this pelvic hammock, this V. Really, almost like you're putting a strap over your hip bones there. So you're really firm from your belly button down. Now take the arms up overhead. Lengthen as far as you can with the middle finger and drop the shoulders down the back. So we're lifting through the fingers, not the shoulders. We want the arms to be extended and we want the shoulders to be flat on the back, okay? Yeah. Now go ahead and rotate to your left, keeping the lower body is not moving, and take the arms out into warrior two arms. So this is a half of a warrior two today, just rotating at the waist, really working at that mid belly and taking the legs out of the equation of normal. Go ahead and take your left hand to the back of the left thigh and tilt back into a kneeling reverse warrior, keeping everything right up over. Now, feel how that opens the front side body. Gazing along the back as far as you can. Core snug. Lift everything back up. Arms back out into warrior two hands. Come on back to center. Arms come up. Shoulder blades back down if they lifted. Tuck in the belly and rotate now to your right. Find your warrior two arms over here. Reaching out of the shoulders. Then take the palm of the back, right hand to the back of the thigh and find a reverse warrior here. We're not leaning back. Remember, the tops of our feet, our hips are anchored. We're really giving permission to this upper body to really open and reveal from armpit down to the waist. Awesome. Come on back and find those warrior two arms. Rotate to the front and bring the arms all the way up and then bring them down into goal pose, drawing the shoulders and elbows towards one another. Fingers are spread wide. Yeah. Really bring those elbows. Tuck them in. Yeah. Keep your breath going. Keep lifting up through the heart center. On your next inhale, breathe all the way to the top. Sink the hips down into an extended child's pose. Take one breath. Let it all go. Sliding the hands back underneath our knees. We're going to go ahead and find a wide squat. So we're going to press ourselves up on the balls of our feet. Find your balance. Hands into prayer. Look straight forward with a light glance down, about 4 feet off of your mat. And check in again with cinching it up from the base of the spine all the way up inward. Have the spine be as tall as it possibly can be. Pressing the hands together and the thumbs in the heart center. On your next inhale, press through the balls of your feet and lift. And then come back down to standing. Nice. Good job, guys. Let's go ahead and toss a tree in here, okay? So hip distance apart our feet are. Really draw those toes up and spread them as wide as you can get them, because that's pretty awesome. Hands to heart center. Whichever is your first balanced leg, your strongest one, you find that. And then come up on the toes of the opposing leg. Really press down to lengthen your upper body, head over heart, shoulders over hips, and lift up that leg. Lightly flex, maybe roll it around. Yeah. And then go ahead and plant it on the inside of the calf. A light press, relaxed toes. We're not a monkey. We're just putting a little glue there. Hands can stay at heart center on the belly or lift overhead, whatever you choose. And sink in here. Find that relationship of being grounded
and soaring at the same time. And take note of all the sensations that occur in between those two feelings. And see on a breath, if you can lift the lips and maybe lift that upper torso off of the hips just a little bit more. Relax the shoulders out of the ears. Go ahead, put a twinkle in the eye. And then go ahead and bring your hands over to your hips. Release that right, in my case, it's my left leg off. And then go ahead and take it back, gazing down front. Just a little bit more one-legged balance. Draw yourself back up. And then as softly as you can, lay that foot back down. Nice. Go ahead and walk that out just a little bit there. Yeah. Give yourself a bow. Anytime we do some balance, we should say to our inner self, you're a rock star. All right, here we go. Tuck the booty just a touch. Press down through the feet. Bring those toes up. Oh, it just feels so good. I love it. And then lay those toes down. Hands to heart center and opposite leg gets to do the work. Pressing down into that. And now remember, you might have better balance on one side or the other, or you may have none on a day. No judgment, remember. It's whatever our body is telling us today, that's what we need to heed. Yeah. Then go ahead and find some space there with the base of the foot rooted on the inside. Press down again. And if you want, bring your arms up overhead. But relax the shoulders open wide and soft. So very nice. And just feel the breath. No frowning allowed. Lift the lips, come on. Then softly bring those hands to your hips. Release that foot, bring the knee up first. Softly flex it and then just tilt forward a little bit. Nothing major, just see if you can add just a little bit more balance there. Extending the leg behind. Then lifting the knee back up, that movement. That's what makes us wiggle and wobble, and it's all okay. Lay the hands, foot down, hands to heart center. Give yourself a little bit of gratitude. Let's do this. Let's sweep those arms all the way up. Swan dive, forward fold. Lift in a monkey. And then find your way down to your mat. So knees are at an angle in front. Feet are flexed, okay? Let's go ahead and take the hands behind our body, fingertips away, a little wider than the hips. And press down and lift the heart center up. Now take the big toes together, the inside of the legs and the knees together. What's going on with your tummy? Tuck it in. Press down on those feet and let the head hang down in this bowl. Just let it hang down. Stretching the front of the throat. Now take the eyeballs and let them look as far behind you as possible. Keep pressing down on those arms. Now take the eyeballs to the left. And then to the right. Coming back to center, softly curve your spine so your head just naturally lifts up out of that bowl, okay? We want to be really soft there. Take the hands around the front of the calves and draw the forehead towards the knees. And be as soft in this shape as you possibly can be. Excellent. Go ahead and lift yourself back up and open your feet so they're hip distance apart, okay? And draw the heels so that they're closer to underneath your knees.
This time, go ahead and take your hands right under your shoulders and find an inverted table. Okay? Lift the left leg long. Lower it back down. Lift the right leg. You got this. Lift the hips again. Left leg. Roll that ankle. Right leg. One more time. Both sides. Laying the seat down. Allowing the upper body to come to the mat. Lay the left ankle over the right knee and scoot the right heel towards the bottom so that you come up on the big toe. At that time, I want you to draw the right knee to the place where you can feel your lower back completely flat, okay? Wherever that is, that's where I want you to stay right now. Take the arms out into a T. Take the arms overhead long, and then thread the needle down and lay one hand on top of each calf, or on the calf. Both hands are on your right calf. Now, taking your belly button into that lower back, press down so you feel that entire lower back from the sacrum all the way into those lower vertebrae really lock in. Now, relaxing the shoulders, I want you to lift the heart center up, continually drawing that right shin towards the right hamstring, okay? We're not tugging the knee towards our face. We're lifting our upper body to greet the knee with a very flat spine. If your right elbow is down by your hip, I'd like you to lift it up. Nice. Now lay the head down. Take the hands to the back of the hamstring and point that right toe all the way up to the sky. Our spine is still super flat. Relaxing the shoulders. Then fold that right knee down, arms back out into a T. We're going to take those left toes pointed to the sky and drape them open to the left as far as they will go. Then point the toe and bring it all the way back up and lengthen that leg long. Nice. Softly slide the sole of that foot back up to greet the right knee. So pressing the big toes and the knees together, lift both legs to the sky and roll the ankles one direction and then the other direction. Nice. Folding the left foot down, then taking the right ankle over your left knee, sliding the left heel towards your body, draw that knee inward until you feel the full flatness of your back. We want to keep those hip pointers, everything on the mat. Arms out into a T, stretch them long, sweep them overhead, stretch them really, really long. Continue to draw that knee towards you as long as you're flat, and then thread your needle. Hands on top of the shin, stacked. And hang out here. If it feels good, hang out here for all your breaths. But then once you are ready, take that belly button again, and I want you to press the belly button through the back. That it's almost like a suction cup. You feel that lower back spread even more. And as you get that sensation, that's when you lift that thoracic spine up and off the floor. It's amazing that we can have the different sections of our back respond in that way with some practice. Yeah, continue to breathe your way up. It is a suction cup. Your lower back has given the permission to the upper back to lift and rise. Then softly lay everything back down. Hands to the back of the hamstring and lift that left set of toes all the way to the sky. Elbows are out across from one another. Then folding that left leg back down, arms out into a T, shooting the right toes to the sky, and take it out to the right side as far as it will go. Then in control, lift it back up. take it straight away, lengthening that leg all the way out of the hip socket. Relax your shoulders. Slide the right toes back in. Lift both feet all the way up. Flex the heels this time and lift the heels to the sky. Drawing those knees into the body, lay the hands on top of the shins. Raise the chin to the knees and roll side to side. Placing the feet back down on the mat. Arms back out into a T. Let's heel toe the feet off the mat, toes beyond the heels. Find your style of a windshield wiper that would just, again, relax those hip sockets, maybe taking the head from side to side as well. Finding what works. If your palms are down, I'd ask that you roll them up. If they were up, I ask that you roll them down just to feel the different interaction between the arms with the legs as they move. All right, let's come back to stillness, bringing the feet back onto the mat under the knees and extending the legs long. Let's breathe the arms up overhead, pointing the toes away. And on an exhale, bring everything into the body. Give yourself a love squeeze. Oh, yeah. Inhale, everything long, long and control. And exhale, everything back in. One more time. Inhale, everything long. And exhale, everything in. This time, if you can find the bottoms of your feet or the outside of your ankles, see if you can draw the knees inward just a little bit more. Make yourself the tightest boulder in the world and roll side to side, giving that lovely spine of yours a little bit of massage. Nice work, gang. Go ahead and put the feet down on the floor. Either draw, if it would feel good to you, for your last couple of breaths with your feet together and your knees wide, do such, or take the heels all the way down to the outside edges of your mat so you're in a wide-legged V. Arms either overhead or down by the side with palms up, tilting the chin ever so slightly towards our chest. Let's go ahead and give the base of the spine also a little massage. Rolling gently from shoulder to shoulder and relaxing our shoulder blades and coming to stillness and allowing each